Come on.
Sorrelin has a point. These ruins are too wondrous to let sit forgotten. Look, green figure Sorrelin, up on the walkway. That's how it works, Sorrelin. The new replaces the old.
You that we'd find the Wildburn seed together.
What? Sorrelin, come back! Now she's up on the ledge.
Join me, Varagon. The recollection needs wood elves like you. This is gonna be fun. Claim our rightful inheritance.
You're with the recollection? Cracked acorns, what are you thinking? Follow her! Blight and root rot! How could Sorrelin join the recollection? They're murderers! Those doors. Let's try there. We need to find that seed. Sorrelin, talk to me! I can't let you take that seed!
I won't fight you, Varagon. There are other seeds than these.
I'll go after her. Grab the seed and follow after me!
show off a little. Feels good to get the blood pumping, right?
I couldn't catch her. I've known Sorlin for almost my whole life. I cared about her, considered her a friend, perhaps more. Why didn't I see that she had been taken in by the recollection? Maybe I could have done something. Blight, this hurts. She always claimed Ayleid land belonged to the Wood Elves, but that was purely academic before. Sounds like the recollection promised to make it real. Could be why they wanted the Wildburn seed. Speaking of which, did you get it? I've never seen a seed like this before. It feels wrong. You're working with Laramil, right? She needs to know what we discovered here. Meet us back in Skingrad. I have a townhouse there. Oh, and take this. You more than deserve it for helping me. Sure, my lifelong friend joined a violent cult, but you and I actually did some real good today. We saved people in Ostermere and kept this seed away from the recollection. When you're ready, meet Laramil and me at my townhouse in Skingrad. I have little experience with either, so any speculation is merely a guess. If Ostermere was truly the epicenter of the new forest growth, the land there could simply be unstable. Or perhaps Ifray shook the ground to warn us and get our attention. I'm not sure. They certainly spout rhetoric that matches many of her closely held beliefs. I thought those beliefs were simply musings, but the recollection seeks to put them into deadly practice. Be sure, when next we meet, I plan to ask her why. I have little experience with either, so any speculation is merely a guess. If Ostermere was truly the epicenter of the new forest growth, the land there could simply be unstable. Or perhaps Ifray shook the ground to warn us and get our attention. I'm not sure. They said...
the fire right now. So much to be done.
Welcome to my townhouse, friends. I can't wait to hear the results of your investigations. I can't believe we found a corrupted seed at Ostermere. That the recollection somehow caused the new forest to overgrow Westweald. Or that my friend Sorelin was involved. Laramil wants to talk to you, but I'd like to hear what else you discovered. An invasion launched from Rostwall Estate would have taken Skingrad completely by surprise. I'm glad that you and the Tribune were there to stop them. But the recollection working with Daedra? That's a troubling new development. By reputation, we only just met. I know she does troubleshooting for Count Calantius, so I figured I might run into her eventually. She apparently heard about me too. Just showed up on my doorstep. You learn anything else? Ethelia, the Daedric prince you and Laramil are looking for? You met her? Incredible! But why is the recollection looking for her? Didn't they... never mind. I think you should talk to Laramil now. I need to consider all this.
Our initial investigations are complete, Roxy. Encountering a material confirmation of... that is... I thought it would take longer for us to find and confront Ethelia in person. We determined that my suspicions about the frayed fates proved correct. Each location had a connection to Ethelia. That the recollection and the Miramor Daedra seek to restore Ethelia to power. They cause the New Forest and Wildburn devastation. And Ethelia wanders Westweald, starting to remember. For helping me reach these conclusions, take this reward. Speak with Baragon. See if he has a thought about our next steps. Ethelia's presence untethers all consequences. It makes it nearly impossible for me to perceive the threads of fate, let alone determine which threads to follow. Most people do not bear the responsibility of preserving reality itself. If we guess wrong about what we must do, or simply fail to do it, disaster ensues. I do not like to leave such decisions to chance when the stakes are so high. Trust in Baragon's knowledge of the recollection. There is an anomaly I wish to look into while you and he pursue the cultists and ferret out their plans. Perhaps the Wildburn seed you found in Ostermere is the place to start. I shall find you later.
I've been thinking about Ostermere and your investigations with Laramil and Tribune Alea. The recollection was involved each time. We need to determine what they're planning next. Maybe the Wildburn seed we found in Ostermere can help us do that. I'm not a green speaker or a spinner, but I know a corrupted seed when I see one. If we can trace it to its source, I think we can find the recollection. Luckily, there are experts on this sort of thing close by, in the wood elf town of Vashabar. Bosmer who honor the green wouldn't have anything to do with a Wildburn seed. But I want to show the seed we recovered to a green speaker. If they can tell us more about it, it might lead us right to the recollection. Help me, and I'll pay your way. Here, just to be safe, you should carry the Wildburn seed. Greenspeaker Derelith in Vashabar should be able to tell us something about it. Just follow the Gold Road into Dawnwood and turn north. Tribune Alea and I will meet you there. Yes, I'm confused by that as well. Greenspeakers are mages who work within the Green Pact to shape the forest to meet their needs. Every Wood Elf village has a Greenspeaker to grow new pod homes or shape useful tools. It's an art my people cherish. You saw what I saw at Ostermere. My old friend Soraline has lost her way. If she had a hand in the use of Wildburn seeds, then she's turned her back on the Green Pact. I'm not sure she can do that and still call herself a Greenspeaker. I know, it's too much. During my adventuring days, I helped a wealthy Colovian family. They rewarded me with the deed to a grand old empty townhouse. I had enough gold to make this place livable, and it seemed a waste not to use it. I've lived all over Tamriel, and Skingrad is a nice enough city. Always something happening here, and we get news from across the continent. It wasn't until recently that the people of Westweald started looking askance at wood elves. Since the appearance of the new forest, what the Bosmer of Vashabar called Dawnwood, the rest of Westweald has grown nervous and suspicious of all wood elves. I've lived here for years, but suddenly I'm an outsider. Things could get ugly. My best guess is that the recollection is a revival of an ancient Ayleid cult. The Ayleids didn't just vanish when their empire fell. Many found shelter in the surrounding lands. Some wood elves believe they're descendants of that heritage. As far as I can tell, the recollection didn't even exist a year ago. It's like hundreds of people woke up one day and decided to join a new cult. They're convinced something has been taken from them. Something they'll do anything to reclaim. Plundering ancient ruins, recruiting other people who feel lost. Mostly wood elves, but not exclusively. Whatever it is the recollection thinks they're missing, it's made them desperate. And dangerous. And we know they're working with Daedra, too.
I love cities. They have a kind of rhythm to them, and it's just a matter of learning the steps. Lots of good opportunities for pickpocketing here. Just saying.
And he's still alive. Thank the gods. But you can't stay. You have to leave before they find you here. You don't understand. They've done something to me. I can't leave. It's hard to describe. My memories, my feelings, they've been fragmented, ripped apart. And all the fragmented pieces have been locked away in different parts of the Foundry. I've tried. The Daedra took everything. My willpower, my courage, my sense of self. I'm an empty shell. And the fragments are reflections of my worst fears and most painful memories. I can't. I don't think I can face them. I'll do my best. Lead on. Lost souls are barely aware of their humanity.
You! Back to work, slave! You were amazing! You want to die?
Home in Skyrim. My parents' graves. My mother died in childbirth. My father was distant. Cold. I think he blamed me for my mother's death. I ran off to become a mercenary when I was 16. I never saw my father again. He was murdered by an old enemy. Father? Papa? Is that you?
Bleed, you bastard! Die like the monster you are! Your mind and soul!
Who are you? Why does Lyris walk with you? In life, I was Gyalda, father to Lyris. My spirit was torn from its rest and brought to this foul place. The Daedra forced me to experience my own murder again and again. I thought my torment would never end. I don't understand. Lyris was always a free spirit. Why would my presence bind her here? Lyris, is this true, child?
You were always so cold. So distant. My mother died giving me life. It was my fault. I should never have been born.
Lyris, look at me. The blood of giants flows through my veins. Your mother was a Nord. I gave her my seed without thought for her safety. That's why she died. Not because of you, child. Because of me.
I thought you blamed me. You couldn't even look at me, Papa.
Do you not see? When I looked at you, I saw her face. I loved her, child, just as I love you, more than life itself. We cannot change the past, nor should we cling to it. You must not let these feelings haunt you. Let them go. Let me go.
I love you too, Papa. Rest now. Be at peace. He's gone. Come on, let's get out of here. This place is a labyrinth of hopelessness built to compound the misery of those who labor here.
Did you get all the pieces?
Yeah, I stashed them in the footlockers all around camp. I bet the commander makes her run 50 laps this time.
Amazing! Look at you go!
Did you find something? I can't believe it. This armor is who I am. It's what I am. A warrior without her armor is like a bear without claws. Excellent. I'm ready. Watch your step. All the mining has made these tunnels unstable.
Anyone else?
Abner Thorn, you traitorous bastard. I should have expected to find you here.
Don't be a fool, Titanborn. I'm trying to help you. Your hatred poisons you. Warriors are like steel. When you lose your temper, you lose your worth.
Help me. You betrayed us all, then went back to licking Manny Marco's boot before the smoke cleared.
I did what I had to do. And as a show of my good intentions, I have a gift for you. But be warned, Cold Harbor will not give it up easily.
Is that... Sure, Bones, it is. Vestige, that's my battle axe. Oh, it's good to have you back. My axe. Ah, it feels good to have it back. It's part of me. Losing it was like losing an arm. I don't know. I don't trust him and I never will. But it's odd. The blind hatred I felt when I saw him... I could have strangled him with my bare hands. But now... I think he was better. Stronger. Almost whole again. Isn't that strange? I feel powerful enough to take on Umaril the Unfeathered himself. I feel like a warrior again. We're not done yet. We need to keep moving forward. The passage is blocked by a rock slide, but now that I have my axe back, I might be able to break through it. Stand back. No damn pile of pebbles is gonna stop me now. So many Daedric beasties, so little time. We need to keep moving. I almost feel like... Did you hear that? It sounded like... No. It couldn't be. To you? What have they done?
Lyris. Lyris. I can see you. Are you really there?
Sai, it's me. We're seeing some kind of vision of you. Do you know where you are?
I don't know. They're torturing me. Hey, Want the Amulet of Kings. Want me to tell them where it's hidden. But I haven't broken. Not yet.
Sai, you need to hold on. We're going to find you. I'll make sure of it. We'll find you. Somehow we'll get you out of there. Sai? Sai! No! Bring him back, you bastards! That was no trick. That was Sai Sahan. Sai's a friend. Maybe my best friend. We need to find him and get him out of there. We need to tell the Prophet about this. He'll know what to do. But first, we need to find a way out of here. I don't care what else they throw at us. Nothing's going to keep me from helping Sai.
Don't underestimate her.
Something's wrong. All the doubt, the fear, the loneliness. It's all coming back. I have to push through this. Let's go. Of all my fears, I can hear it whispering to me, taunting me. I did it! The voices whispering.
Lyris-chan, are you all right?
Yes, Prophet, I'm fine. The vestige freed my mind from the Daedra's control.
Thank the Divines. Your loss would have thrown all into chaos.
They won't take me again. Not alive, at least. Prophet, Manamarco captured Sai Sahan. He's torturing him to find out where the Amulet of Kings is hidden. We have to rescue him.
You brought Lyris back, and largely intact from the look of her. And she will need time to recover. One does not leave such a place unscarred. Did he? I thought he had firmly aligned himself with Manamarco and his worm cult. Curiouser and curiouser. As you saw in my visions, the amulet's misuse ripped a hole in the barrier that protects Tamriel from the forces of oblivion. That damage must be undone, and the amulet is the key. But to find the amulet, we must first locate Sai Sahan. For now you must leave me to my meditation. I must set my mind to the task of locating Sai Sahan. Until then, embrace the unknowable. The drops of water cannot know themselves to be a river, yet the river flows on. Perhaps it was simply arrogance. Perhaps it was all part of his grand scheme. Who can know the logic of a Daedric prince? I will call upon you again when the time is right. Farewell, Vestige.
Have you found any ciphers or strange grimoires in your travels, stranger? There are tomes missing from our collection and several ciphers as well. If you come across them in your travels, bring them back. I would be grateful. Talaxalt is dead? That is unfortunate. She was a promising cipher. I looked forward to many profitable discourses with her, but Apocrypha holds many dangers for mortals. What kind of situation could she have gotten herself into? Why, this is the first volume of the Numinous Grimoire. It's one of the tomes that went missing from our collection. A dangerous book of forbidden knowledge. It destroys the mind of any mortal who reads it. I'd better take that. This is troubling. Talaxalt should have known better than to meddle with a Numinous Grimoire. I must look into this. Thank you for bringing back this book, and the news of Cipher Talaxalt's fate. Here, a reward for your trouble. A strange tale. Why would this mysterious A kill a cipher who did as they asked? What's behind the promise to read the book together? Well, if you find any other dead ciphers or missing books in your travels, come tell me. We are scholars, scribes, seekers of knowledge, mortals drawn to Apocrypha from all corners of Tamriel. Here we help tend Hermaeus Mora's infinite library. In return, the Great Eye grants us access to its contents. Infinite knowledge. Hardly. Most mortals visit Apocrypha in solitude, seeking answers to questions important to them. But some of us come to realize that no ambition in the mortal world compares to what surrounds us here. We choose to stay in Cypher's Midden. Apocrypha can be dangerous for mortals. Cypher's Midden serves as a refuge of sorts. Here, those who follow the Cypher philosophy come together for protection. Creature comforts, fellowship, after a fashion. It's not much, but now it's home. That makes two of us. There must be a connection between these ciphers. Something they have in common, but I do not know what it is. Which missing cipher do you want to know about? Talaxalt? An Argonian scholar who didn't always fit in here. A free spirit of sorts. She valued knowledge in many forms. Songs, art, handicrafts. Talaxalt rarely bothered with books. When she wanted to know something, she sought instruction. It might have. Talaxalt sometimes made strange bargains with those she wanted to learn from. Dealt with entities few other ciphers know. Knowledge has a price, especially in Apocrypha. What else can I tell you? It might. I can think of a few entities who might use that monogram. Some mortal, some Daedra. I need to make some inquiries. Discreetly. If I ask the wrong question of the wrong person, I might put myself at risk. That is unclear. No mortal has read a volume of the Numinous Grimoire and survived with their mind intact. We think it deals with transformations, immortality, or so the Daedra familiar with the book tell us. They could be lying. Because ciphers are dead. The note you found makes it clear someone used my colleagues to get their hands on the grimoire. Then this instigator repaid a cipher's help with death. None of us are safe until this mystery is solved.
Outworlder! We need you!
Empty.
Outworlder, you come upon us exactly when needed. Perhaps the Great Eye still watches. Invaders swarm our fortress, the Cenotaph. Dream carvers devoted to Vermina come to wrest the gifts we have guarded for countless millennia. How far our clan has fallen to go unrecognized. We are the remnants, swords of Lord Hermaeus Mora. He bestowed a portion of his will upon us in exchange for our defense of Apocrypha. This pact has stood for eons. And long ago, we locked the pact in a space named the Crux. If the Dream Carvers breach it, the power our Lord granted us becomes theirs. The remnants are hobbled, a shadow of our former selves. We need help. Purge the invaders, and we shall reward you.
Dream Carvers swarm our fortress. It is theirs now.
While our pact still exists, so do the remnants.
Stop clinging to a dead order. We must accept our fate.
This mortal can change our fate. Stay here, tend to the stricken.
Might be something good in there. Might be nothing. Never know unless you check. One time I reached into a sack like that and found a bunch of live frogs. That was a strange thing.
We entered unseen. Come, let us plan. These caves wind through the Cenotaph's lower levels. Many of our defensive measures originate here and extend through the fortress. The Dream Carvers disabled our wards as they invaded. We must reset them. We will find them north of here. They will require both of our efforts to set. You must hold the trigger, while we funnel energy into it. Once set, the wards will drive most of the Dream Carvers from the Cenotaph. We may run into Dream Carvers as we search. Do not hesitate to dispatch them with prejudice. Remember, They will reform in oblivion over time. You will not. Let us move north through the tunnels. We will alert you when we find a ward. A time existed when the remnants had no home. We served as wandering. This dream carver spell opens a void in our thoughts. It feels like an erasure.